Also, again, Ben's Beachwear gave us a lot of party stuff that we did, the treat bags, and Owen Carter for Patriots Corner, the coffee break baked cupcakes, and as soon as they walked in with the cupcakes, I looked and they were gone. So it was just amazing. The kids were doing the cupcakes and frosting, and we had all kinds of games set up. The decorations, I think, came out really good, thanks to the decoration committee, who spent a couple hours setting up, and then that night, when the party was over, we had to take everything down because it was Sunday night. Monday night, it was back to business with firemen. So thank you, everyone, for really spending a lot of time doing all that. The decorations are stored away safe and sound. Just so there's no rumors, there's no money. I did not receive any compensation. There was no budget request. So this was all done 100% donation, 100% just community involvement. So again, thank you everyone for on board with that. Now we're going to get to another issue, and this is the envelope when I received a $400 check from Mary LaMontagne, which was made out to me. I put cash the check because it was made out to me, not the Hampton Beach Village District or the precinct. And every time I bought something, I saw something that I thought Diana would really enjoy this summer, I took money out of this envelope. I have all the receipts. These are all the receipts of everything I bought. I added to the butterfly garden at the state park peonies and butterfly bush and scabieusis. There's a new yellow glardia that I added. So if there's any questions that I did something wrong and I did not spend the money appropriately, I just want to say on TV, I talked to Mary. She gave me the money because she trusts me. She gave me the money because I was a friend, a dear friend of Diana. And she felt that that's what Diana would have wanted. Diana really supported the beautification at the beach, and the family thought that was appropriate to make a donation in her name to buy flowers, and that's what I did. I didn't take a vacation with it, folks. You know, I'm trying to make this light, but I'm really upset because after talking to Mary, apparently she's had a couple of visits from commissioners and she's had phone calls about this, which blew me away. I was totally oblivious all summer.
Unfortunately, you can't, if something is donated through the beautification, and as your husband was the treasurer, you know it has to go into the account.
No, I didn't know that.
There's no question that you are doing the things and you're spending the money on the flowers and that. But to have everything above board and to have everything has to go into the beautification account.
All right. Well, so I have a question. She did this in front of Nancy Stiles and her family.
I'm not questioning.
No,
I'm not questioning what you did. I'm questioning how it was done.
I was there.
And so, if there was a question, we're going back to Memorial Weekend. Why wasn't that, if there was a question, that somehow that was not appropriate? That should have been done that day or the next day. But
well, first of all, if I may answer you, when I was there and I noticed that she made a donation, I had no idea it was made out to you.
But she said it was. She said publicly.
She did not say, I made it out to you, Linda.
Yes, she did.
Well, I didn't hear that because I was there. I heard we'd like to have a donation to the beautification committee in my mother's name, and I thought that was lovely. But you have to understand, even if it was put in your name, that basically it's supposed to come to the precinct just to sign it over, I would think. If everybody that got donations puts it in a little bank account or puts it in an envelope, it just isn't the way it's done. Or it hasn't been in the past. Maybe the last 3 years it was done that way, I don't know. But it's not supposed to be done that way. And we seem to be, we seem to be, people seem to be looking at all the other divisions of this area and being concerned about how it's run, including you, Linda. And so I would think that you'd understand why we are taking all of the areas. We asked to meet with you, and you declined to do so. And one of the reasons I wanted
What did you just say?
We asked to meet with you.
Yes.
And you declined to come.
I emailed Chuck back, and yes, Chuck, I do have your email address.
Right.
And I said I would be available Thursday or Friday, and Chuck
That
never
was the
got back
second
to
time.
me.
The first time I have it here, where you said I have no intention of coming.
No, that's not what I said.
Oh, what did you say?
Would you like to read it?
Sure. I don't want to take the time out for everybody, but I do have it here. It said, I was not coming. Was that it? Something about not coming. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And I was
said
a bit insulted because basically,
What I said was I never agreed. A meeting was set up.
Excuse me. What did you ask? Yeah, that's what you said. What did you say? I never agreed that I was coming?
Right, because I didn't ask for the meeting and I wasn't included in the date. Anyway.
No. The implication was that you didn't say you were coming. Yes, you did. You said, I did not agree I was coming.
Right. And Chuck said, when would you be available? And I emailed back and said, Thursday or Friday. Last Thursday or Friday.
Okay, well.
You did not know that.
Neither here nor there.
Well,
We need
I
to,
did, but that's not my fault.
and things that happen, there is a lot of mistakes that are made, and we're in a learning process and learning curve of different things, and anytime that money is given to a committee or donated to the playground or sponsored by anybody, it needs to go into the precinct account. And that's not a big deal. We're not accusing you of not spending the money, but and obviously you have the receipts, and that's great. So if anybody does question it to us, it's there. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
I do have something to say.
Mhm.
Go right ahead.
Mary wrote this check out to Linda, gave it to Linda, and says, I'm writing this in your name because I want it to go into flowers, not into some budget. That's number one. The second thing is, why does anything that we do have to go through the precinct?
If
Well,
you're
that's
representing the beautification committee
That's
and
not
you're
the only
working
thing
for
we
the
do.
precinct, but you're working for the precinct, you get paid from the precinct. for
That's
ju-
not the only thing we do.
Well, this particular thing was going to the beautification committee.
No, it wasn't. It was going to Linda.
Well, that's not how
I
it should
spoke
be
with
done.
Mary, and she was under the impression that it was coming to the precinct for the flowers. That's what she said to me when I called her.
That's not what she said when she handed it over.
Well, this is not Mary LaMontagne's issue. I think she was
That's
doing
right.
the best. I also was a very close friend of Diana's for many years. And I think Mary understands that I wanted the best for Diana as well. This is not just your personal situation. As far as the check is concerned, when I called her, I asked her where it was, and she said she made it up because she wanted to make sure it would go to flowers.
All right.
But she did not, it was not a personal donation to you.
No,
It
it
was the
wasn't.
beautification committee's donation. I think you might want to ask her that again, because that's the impression I got. Not the get pot to supply flowers. It was, when the beautification began, I don't know if you remember, but I was going from flower shop to flower shop with you people. I was there when you began the beautification committee. This is not something that you did all by yourself. I was there when you had your situation downstairs, down in the garage, and it's only in the past few years that all of this has become a problem. Or my intentions, or our intentions are not good. I have a theory on where that comes from. I'm not going to say that now. However, I think we need to rethink about many years ago when this began, any intention when it began, and stop making everything that the precinct decisions we make into warfare. That has never been the case before. It is now, and I find it sad. However, that's not my doing.